Hello my friends, I hope you're doing well. I am on the cusp of doing my Emily Awards videos, doing a lot of preparation for that. So in terms of shooting today's video, I'm like, I need the most thoughtless, least planning oriented video I can think of. So I thought, let's just do one of those little surprise grab bag videos where I close my eyes and just pull something out and use it. So that's what I'm gonna do to get ready today. Also, I gotta tell you guys about my hair. Well, it's fine, you know, it's all slicked back, but I used this product. It was called a cream to powder volumizer and texturizer. It's from that Big Sexy Hair company, and I got two products from them. One is more of a pure powder that I haven't used yet, and then this cream to powder thing. And I put it in, and I swear it didn't turn to powder. It just stayed creamy and kind of made my hair heavier and a little more oily. So maybe I used too much, I don't know. So I've already moisturized. I'm just gonna reach down into my primer drawer and I get what I get. Too Faced Primed and Poreless. Oh, this one actually works pretty well. The Pore Banishing and Blurring Face Primer. I feel like I haven't used it in a while because I have been going between a couple of different hard candy ones that I absolutely love, but this one feels super smoothing on the skin for sure. Like once you start rubbing it in, it just feels like silk. And it does actually make a difference on the pores. It's nice. It doesn't really add a lot of moisture to the skin if that's something you're looking for in a primer. I'm reaching, I'm not looking, I'm reaching. Oh, okay. I got this It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare. This says it has water, light, medium coverage, and a natural radiant finish. This shade, this was sent to me, light neutral 21.5. Not ideal, at least a few weeks back when I used it. I didn't love this foundation. I'd heard some raves on it, and for me personally, I used about a pump and a half there. I wasn't over the moon, but let's give it another shot today. Okay, whatever. I've got this brush, the Heavenly Skin brush. It says Skin Smoothing Complexion number 704. And I believe that's what was sent along with it, but I'm gonna get this blended in. The shade isn't seeming too terribly bad. It's just like it appears pretty yellowy as you pump it out and kind of light, but I think my skin tone has gotten a little lighter here in recent weeks. What do you guys think of this stuff? I mean, maybe it's the primer I've got on underneath, you know, that pore filling smoothing primer. But this doesn't seem very radiant at all. It says natural radiant finish. It seems pretty matte to me. And it is like a medium coverage. Was that the claim? Yeah. Did I listen to anything I read off the bottle? Maybe when I think It Cosmetics and I think a foundation-y type product, my mind goes to the CC cream, and I feel like that's a little richer product in comparison texture-wise to this, and a little bit more coverage, but this is all right. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna take some more messing with. I just kind of put it on the back burner because I didn't think the shade was really right for me, but it's not seeming too terribly off right now. Concealer drawer. Just gonna reach in, I get what I get, and I don't throw a fit. Oh, we've got Rare Beauty. Okay, there's a reason why I don't go for some of these things, because like 150C, this is a really light concealer shade. It's okay, we're gonna make it work, but it's very light. You just wanna make sure not to get too much on the skin.
A little bit there. We'll just use it like this as a nice little brightener.
Start blending this in. Not a bad concealer at all. If you want to see more on this, you can of course check out my Rare Beauty video where I talked about everything in the line, and I applied it like Selena said too. But my take kind of on concealers that are too light is that sometimes you can luck out and not really need a ton of coverage on a given day. And the brightness of the concealer can just make you look flat out bright, and sometimes it works perfectly. But if you do have darkness, maybe a little melasma or a really dark under eye circle to cover up, sometimes getting too far away from your skin tone match just lightens your problem, and it doesn't help camouflage it. So that's the danger of getting too light with your concealer. This is borderline like not maybe covering as well as it could if it were just maybe a shade or two deeper. See, I'm a little bothered by the fact that I can still see that through that little bit of melasma right here. Let's just see if we can hit it a little harder. It's not perfect, but we'll take it. Pick a powder, any powder. What do we have? Ooh, Maybelline Fit Me. That's a great one. Great one to set the under eye with, whatever. I wear this in Fair and I've used it a lot. Big fan of this powder, actually, just as far as a drugstore loose setting powder goes. I don't think it looks too heavy on the skin. I have baked with this successfully on a number of occasions. It's really nicely mattifying, but I don't find that it looks too heavy on the skin. So if you need the kind of drugstore powder that does come in a range of skin tones, not just like a one shade deal, translucent powder deal, you could definitely look to this line. I love it. We are set. I don't see a single pore on my nose. Reaching into my bronzer drawer, pulling out Too Faced, and we have Too Faced Sun Bunny here. This is a split pan kind of glowy highlight, just a little glowy. It's not over the top by the time it shears out, but we've got two tones, as you can see. One's a little deeper. I bet this is going to remind me a little bit of the effect I've been getting from Hourglass bronzers. Really haven't used this in a while. I'm kind of blending between the two shades now. You want to know something I resent? When I'm looking on Twitter or Facebook and the heading of some store's ad is already regarding last minute shopping. No, it's not. It's December 9th, okay? That's not last minute time. I mean, I'm not a person who gets it all done at the day after Thanksgiving or anything. Like, I'm shopping well into December for people. And last minute, my friends, that's Christmas Eve, okay? I've done that too. Very clearly remember, for a lot of years in a row, going out with my dad on Christmas Eve to find something for my mom, and then stealing away to my room and wrapping it up. But that's last minute shopping, and there even is some fun to last minute shopping at times. Maybe not in this COVID era we're in, but if you don't have your Christmas shopping done, like me, it's not last minute yet, and you know that. So don't let them fool you into thinking this is last minute shopping time. It's not. It's the thick of it, my friends. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to anything I've been doing during that rant. I blacked out. I think I'm contouring. I think it's kind of even. There's a little bit of glow. It's the first glow the skin has gotten this whole video. Now we move on to blush. Man, this could be anything. I got a big wide blush drawer. I'm just gonna close my eyes. First thing I touch, I pull out and I use. Okay, we've got an e.l.f. Primer Infused blush, which is gonna be intense as heck. And it's in the shade Always Lucky. Oh, I pulled out at random something called Always Lucky. That's a good vibe for the day. It's a very berry type of blush. It looks rich and deep and like this is gonna go places. And I need to be careful. Okay, one gentle pat in. Primer infused blushes are great, but you need to watch yourself with certain shades. This might be one of those shades where it's like, you know, you could make it work on your skin tone, but the tan and rich skin tones could really love this. Okay, so getting that berry goodness all blended in. For some reason, it didn't look real even to me on this cheek at first. Sometimes if I have a really, really pigmented blush, like I'll tap into the product, but I'll also tap onto my hand, and that can help a little bit. Wear off a little product. All right, festive holiday cheer. Working our way down, one drawer down. It's gonna be a highlight. Let me put my brush back. And the highlight today is going to be, oh, it's the Maybelline Master Chrome in the Rose Gold Molten shade. This is super potentially blinding, metallic, go in there highlight. I remembered getting this, I think it was a bestsellers of the drugstore video, either Walmart or Target. Really super popular drugstore product right here. So I'm kind of lightly buffing that on top of the cheek. Again, sometimes as I turn my head, I'm not feeling incredibly satisfied with the under eye coverage, but we remember the explanation on that. I would like to thank you guys so much for clicking like on my last video. Well, clicking like on every video is important, but I addressed it in the last video, and so many of you had kind comments like, I just click by default when I first, you know, jump into the video and stuff. And I don't know, I felt a lot of love on that, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm getting a little bit there on the forehead. I could take a bit more here. We'll wait till we get out in broad daylight and then I look at myself in a mirror and say, oh, got a lot of highlight on today. Guys, can I make an exception for the whole blind grab thing when it comes to setting mist? Because I am really making a big effort to use this rose gold mist by the end of the year. Shake it up. It gets those little gold particles everywhere. It's 24 karat gold infused, hydrate, prime, and set. It's a great mist. You know, it smells nice, but I've just had it around forever. And when you feel like you're on the cusp of using something up, it just makes you want to go hard and finish it up. Oh, it does smell nice. I get kind of a, is it a little bit of an orangey scent out of that? That's always what I think, even if it's not like real orange. It's fake orange. Okay, I feel like the skin is really radiant. Everything started out from a super matte place, from the primer to the foundation to the powder, and then we slowly started getting some glow back. You know, peppermint bark coffee, you wouldn't think it would be really yummy because just the flavors of mint and coffee, you might not think those combine real well, but I got some great value, so it's the Walmart brand, peppermint bark coffee, and it is so good with also some peppermint creamer in there. I get the kind from Aldi. I just tend to alternate with where I'm getting stuff from. If I need diapers, I'm ordering from Walmart. If not, I'm ordering from Aldi. But it is so, so good, and it's not bitter at all. It's not weird at all. It's just like you take a sip of coffee and then you come away with a little like unusual coolness in the flavor. It's good. I like it. Also, my friend Erica Jones is doing Vlogmas this year. You should head over to her channel and watch. She is great. I love that she does that every year. My hope is that after Vlogmas finishes, she'll just continue on and just keep doing vlogs. She is so fun to watch. Okay. Oh, don't look. I'm starting to pick out a brow product. No. All right, we got this Revlon Colorstay brow pencil in the dark brown shade. I used this pretty recently. It's a retractable guy here, and it had a nice little formed tip, which after one use, I promptly wore that down. So I no longer have a nice angled tip. That's fine. That's just what happens to these. Actually, it's not fine. Maybe brands could find a way to not have that happen. Once I started talking about last minute Christmas shopping, I really got in a mood this morning, didn't I? Does anybody else have like 4 browser windows open on their computer right now with several carts that are maybe have 2 or 3 things in them, and you're not going ahead and placing your order yet because you know you're going to come back and add to those carts, but you probably should go ahead and place the order before things get too late? I knew I wasn't alone. We can all assume there's at least one person out there who nodded along with me on that. Well, Erica was asking on her video recently, shall I just continue her conversation here? She's asking, what's your favorite Christmas song? And, you know, a song that I love is The First Noel. And I realized I had a version of that on my phone recently that's so beautiful. I had kind of forgotten about it. I think maybe a couple Christmases ago I downloaded it. And it's Chris Young, right? The country singer. And Boyz II Men. Need I say more? It's great. And then Carrie Underwood also has an amazing rendition of that song. I feel like O Come All Ye Faithful is an underrated Christmas song. Like, I love singing that one. I also love singing Let There Be Peace on Earth. That one, if you want to belt something out, you just let that song keep going. Yeah, it'll take you there. I also just love a good Christmas playlist. I love the classic songs. You know, I like the old Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree and all those. Gonna try to find a brow gel. They're all just kind of mixed in with the brow products. Okay, Boy Brow from Glossier. It's fine. I love this product, and I have used it quite a bit this year when it comes to a brow that's one and done. Like, I think this does a really good, nothing else added brow on me. I don't have a lot of options for myself on eyeshadow primer. There's a real good chance I could pull out Milani, but let's feel around. Okay, I do have Hourglass as well, the Hourglass Veil. I'll try to use about the same amount as I normally do on Milani. I will say this has creased on me before, and I wondered if maybe it was because I used a little too much. Always got to have an awareness of how much product's going on. You can't just like pop on a boatload and then accuse it of being a bad primer. Like, it creased. Well, where else was it gonna go? You know, when you put on a tablespoon of it, where else was it gonna collect? So you gotta get a thin amount and then just pat it around. And then pat a little more to make sure there's no excess. There we go. So I've got a drawer here of like kind of small to medium sized drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and I'm just gonna reach down there and pull out the first thing I touch. So, okay. that. This is the Wet n Wild palette in Nude Awakening. Okay, kind of cool neutral. All right, we'll work with that today. I think I'm gonna start off with a flat brush because I just wanna go straight to the darkness. And I'm gonna go to this burgundy right here, and I will pat that on my outer corner and try to not do the same exact thing I do on a lot of days. So I'll try to shape this up a little more. The Emily Awards this year is probably going to be about a 3-video thing, and I've got a little different plan for the intros because part of what made me even hesitant about thinking, how am I going to do the Emily Awards? It made me so nervous to think, how am I going to come up with like clever, witty musical intros? Like, I hope you don't think that's coming this year because I don't have time for that. I can't like figure that out this time. But I have another idea for an intro that I hope you'll like just as well, maybe better. So I'm looking at starting that this Saturday. Yay! So I've patted that with a flat brush, and now I'm taking this E25 that hasn't been dipped into anything, and I'm just using that to blend it. And see how I went for a little bit bigger whoosh, a little bit bigger outer V that apparently now is being called the whoosh. I feel like this palette has a real blah zone right here. Lots of blah. All these shades just seem kind of in the same depth level and tone. I'm dipping into that one that looks slightly pinky. Okay, that goes on a little deeper than it looks. I take it back. And I'm just blending that up over the edge. That's actually not too bad there. It's giving me a little additional color. It's a little darker than I thought. Maybe we pat a little darkness into the inside part as well, and we go for a pop right on the center of the lid. So for that, we might go to this little bit more brownish berry and try patting that here on the inside. And I don't know what this move is. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm pulling it kind of into my crease and around. See how we're getting more crease coverage? I'm trying to make it interesting, okay? Does anybody else have the tradition of driving around and looking at Christmas lights while eating McDonald's holiday pies? Those things are delicious. So good. All right. I've gotten my crease dealt with there. Little gentle blend. This crease just got kind of intense. Like I don't want it to get too deep and dark. Inner creases are hard. They just are. Then before I move on, I think I'll take this cream and highlight with that. And then I think maybe this shade right here. Just pop that on the center of the lid for a little brightness. I wouldn't have had to have used my finger, but I just had so much darkness on my flat brush that I thought that might be the safest bet. This shade can be a little flaky, so maybe patting it on is the way to go. I'm making a little mid-game adjustment by adding a little more burgundy to a small brush. This is my little Profusion guy here, wanting to up the contrast. Now I'm going to use that same brush with the same matte burgundy shade and let it come down below in a pretty soft, smoky manner. Oh, that's pretty. I'm into that. We got to see our pictures from our photo shoot already. I was looking at them last night. They turned out so good. We had a family photo session on Sunday afternoon. It was beautiful lighting in the sky. By the grace of God, on a December day, it was like 50 degrees. There's pictures that absolutely brought tears to my eyes. So yeah, it was a good photo session. We need to get that done more. I just have not made it a priority to like plot and plan. And it is a lot of work to get 5 people coordinated, you know, find their outfits, buy tights, figure out if everybody's got shoes that fit. Signs you haven't left the house in a while. No, but like I wanted cute boots on the girls and had to arrange for everything to come in, and then yeah, we got it done. Do I want anything around the inner corner? I probably do. Anybody know if this palette is still being sold? Nude Awakening? I remember they had a Nude Awakening out in kind of a different format for a little while. I'll take this shimmer that I put on the inner part of my lid, and I'll try to pop a little bit of that. Hopefully it won't get too flake city on me. Right around the inner. Very good. Next up, I'm going to choose an eyeliner. I'm going to reach over to my liquid liners and hope I pull something out that's not a real oddball kind of thing. Okay, it's Rare Beauty again. It's a brush tip pen. It's fine, but you don't have to pay Rare Beauty money for a little brush tip pen like this. Try the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof, just saying. But it does go on easily, I'll give it that, and I probably needed to be using it. So thank you, whatever steered me in that direction. Nice solid wingage there. After I have a wing, I kind of want to integrate the shadow to it. So I have a little black here in my Nude Awakening palette that I can just kind of come up under with and merge that in with my smoky lower lash line. I didn't get that eyeliner just how I wanted it, but it's okay. Be kind to yourself. It's just makeup. That nice and blended. Not really anything on this brush anymore. Next up, I'm going to reach in for a mascara and I pull out, oh, good old L'Oreal Telescopic. Let's try it today, actually, with some little black primer underneath and see if we can't boost that up some. So I'm going to begin with my Shiseido Lash Curler, the gold one. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Now I'm taking the little black primer, and it's not going to look like a lot, but this is doing something for the lashes in terms of curl holding, in terms of just texturizing your own lashes, and also I think longevity. The wear is always helped when you use this. You can also use it like a little top coat to keep stuff from flaking, and it's effective that way too. It's amazing. It's got a gentle curve to the brush, very, very short bristles. It's just very easy to apply and control. Now the Telescopic, which I remember I repurchased this fairly recently. I heard a lot of buzz about it on TikTok and I was like, maybe it's worth giving that one another shot. Building up some nice length. Not a ton of thickness in this situation, a little bit more though with the little black primer. Adding a little bit more. There we go. Nice build, nice length. It's just the lashes still look kind of fine. I think it's just the nature of the product. And because I feel like this look kind of calls for a little lower lash mascara, I'm going to give my Thrive another chance down here. Once upon a time I was feeling like the Thrive got a little smudgy on the lower lashes, but I'm also wondering if something to blame could be too much moisture in that area from under eye concealers, but I feel like I'm pretty well set today. So I think I got a good chance of going smudge free. I went into my like medium neutrals drawer, not my lightest nudes, more like mid-tony kind of drawer, and I got the 1995 lipstick mini, the matte lipstick from Pat McGrath. And I grabbed a lip liner too. This is the Huda Beauty Lip Contour in Trendsetter. Had a little dry spot. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of Trendsetter. Can't believe how creamy this still is after as long as I've had it. There's something I just don't use a lot of, lip pencils. But do you really use a lot of lip pencils when you're using like mostly liquid lipsticks? I've been wearing liquid lipsticks almost exclusively for weeks now. I've really kind of gotten hooked on not having to reapply and having a lip color that's pretty much there all day. Maybe like the first week of January I'll do like a week-long lip rehab where I'll just stick to really comfy balmy things. So there's Trendsetter. As you can see, it's kind of a toasty nude. And then 1995 I actually think is going to be a little, yeah, it's a little on the cooler side compared to this, but that's okay. They'll come together all right here. It's interesting. It's like a really similar depth level to the liner, just a little bit more pink in it. Super happy with that color. Actually quite pleased with the overall look we ended up with today. That eyeshadow look, I'm glad I tried a little different approach, a little bit different from my norm with the spotlighted center lid. I think that looks pretty. Really liking the effect we got from the bronzer, blush, and highlight of this look. I don't think the foundation was a game changer, and I really don't think the concealer was either, you know. If you guys want to know more about this It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation Plus Skincare, let me know. I can give it some continued use if you're really interested in it. I remembered kind of feeling a little bit off about the shade at first, but it's not really that bad at this point. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for the Emily Awards, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.